there, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, this is Adam Diaz, and
hello.
We are here to read you folks some more homegrown horror.
Indeed, we are. Homegrown horror is the wonderful story sent to us by you, the listener or the viewer, depending on whether or not you're watching us live. They can be stories that are supernatural, spiritual, coincidental, sometimes extraterrestrial, sometimes true crime in nature. If you have a story like that, Robin is about to tell you how you can send it to us to be read on the show.
You can go to, fuck.
Wow.
You can send it, fuck, okay. You can send it to our email, storytime@scaryish.com. You can also go to our website, which just so happens to be scaryish.com. And there's a contact us page on there. You just fill that thing out, type in your email, all that fun stuff. And it gets sent to us that way. And we also have social media. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that fun stuff. We get messages from all over. So we just, doesn't really matter. Whichever way you get it to us, you get it to us.
Indeed.
Put it in a fucking bottle. Send it through the ocean. Message in a bottle.
Might take a while to get here. However, I do highly recommend if you send it, no matter how you send it, to let us know it's okay to read on the show. That way we don't think it's just a communication to us.
Yes.
And if you are sending something that is not okay to read on the show, we will automatically assume that, but just state, hey, this is here for you too. That way we'll know to read it and respond to you. Because a lot of times folks reach out to us and they're kind of just looking to talk. They're not actually looking to send us a story that we're going to save. Because we don't read the stories before we go live on the air. We have a production assistant known as Spooky Mom, which is my mom. Read these the day of. Make sure they're acceptable. Change up the grammar, spacing, stuff like that. And of course, spelling. And then send it to us and let us know these ones are good. And if there's one that's not, we send it back and let them know, hey, this is what we need you to fix before we can read this on the show. So, some information we haven't given in a long time, I think, for a Storytime episode, but important to give out nonetheless. But either way, we have 4 homegrown horrors to bring to you this episode. And I believe Robin is going to go first.
All right. So, this first one goes, hello, Adam, Robin, and Spooky Mom. Hello. Spooky Mom is out there going, hello. I don't know how you say.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like yours better. She doesn't sound as ghoulish.
Hope y'all are doing well. My name is Abril. It's April in Spanish. Oh, that's pretty freaking cool. I did not know that. Today I learned. I've been listening to your podcast since January of 2018.
It's a ways back. That's episode almost 4 or 5-ish, yeah. I think.
I don't remember which was my first episode. I think it was episode 1 with the curses and prophecies. So I've been a long time listener. I've just been procrastinating sending this in because I want it to be perfect.
Nice.
So here it goes.
3.5 years, I think, right now? How we started in 2017, it's 2021. We're coming up on the 4-year anniversary, so 3.5 years. This one's been stewing a long time. I think we all have high expectations now.
All right. So let's travel back to 2007. I was 8, and my mom had learned that my grandmother in Mexico, who we called and still call Mommy, was diagnosed with lung cancer and was in very poor health conditions.
That's very sad.
My mom was originally going to leave us with our stepdad, but decided to bring us with her as she didn't know how long she'd be gone. Us, being my sister, who was 6 at the time, and our little brother, who was 2, plus me. So we traveled to Mexico so my mom could take care of my grandmother because no other sibling wanted to, and that's who my grandmother called for. So we stayed there for a year.
Wow.
I remember a particular day when I was outside playing as a 9-year-old does, back then anyways. To paint you a picture, my mother had started building her own house by my grandmother for when she retired and came back to Mexico from the United States. Nice plan for the future. As I was playing by the house that was still in construction, I noticed a massive moth on the exterior wall. Mind you, it was daytime. I had never seen... Mind you, it was daytime, and I had never seen a moth this huge out in the bright-ass day. Could have easily fit on my whole face.
Wow.
So, as a 9-year-old, I was intrigued and got closer to it. I was right in front of it, and it didn't fly away or even move. It just sat there, still, as if it was waiting for someone to notice it. I remember telling my mom about it, but what she said has since then gotten hazy. The moth ended up staying there the whole day. It was one of Mothman's babies. JK, LOL. A few days later, as I was getting ready for school in the morning, I was going about my day when chaos broke out in grandmother's house, which was just a bedroom 4 of us slept in, the entrance, the kitchen, and a little house right in front where she would bake bread as a living. Wow, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Hence how she got lung cancer. What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
My mom, aunt, some cousins, and me stood around her bed as she took her last breath. As a 9-year-old, I had no concept of death, but I did indeed watch my grandmother pass. I can't tell if I'm traumatized from the event or just at peace knowing she's no longer struggling with such a dreadful disease. My aunt began wailing on her chest as someone called for a priest. I have seen that in person. I totally know what you're saying. We held a vigil for her that night, and we held a vigil.
You want a drink of water? I have water.
Yeah, I've been drinking coffee, so I have milk in my throat, and it's just like, bleh.
Nice. And there's more coffee in front of her for later. All right, magic of editing. There you go.
We held a vigil for her that night and had her buried the next couple of days, where we carried her casket for miles, singing and praying into the mountains where we would bury her, and laid food for her spirit on her grave. After her funeral, I fell asleep in one of the trucks that we had, but it no longer worked, so it was just parked on our property in the back of our house. During that sleep, I dreamt of my grandmother, in the robes that she was buried in, with her raspy breathing, leaning on the cabinets with a glass of water near her. I think I called for her name, but she seemed to not hear me, or rather, preferred to just focus on her breathing. Even in death, it seems she was not relieved of this illness, but maybe it's because that's how I remembered her. As I grew older, that moth memory always stayed with me until I did some research. I found moths appear before the death of a loved one in some cultures, while in others, it might be that loved one came to visit. I also thought that the dream might have signified something, so I also tried researching that dream to see if anything popped up. But nothing meant anything to me at that time. I'm not the religious type, so I don't tend to have conflicts with figuring out what to believe or if it were a mere coincidence. For this, though, I wholeheartedly believe it was a sign and someone coming for my grandmother to take her so she could finally be at peace. I do believe you did an episode on this subject. Might have been one of your superstitions or urban legends episodes. I know my friend Iris sent a story about
I was going to say,
moths,
I do remember that one.
I don't remember quite frankly, but since then I've been wanting to write to you. Wasn't sure how to write this story as I tend to ramble and give my life story when it's unnecessary. I thought
you did a great job.
Yeah, it's to the point, just gave background on everything and just told us what was up. Either way, that is all for now, and hope this wasn't too boring. I do hope you cover more on this topic, as there's so many cultures / religions that have the same, more or less, ideologies of bugs, animals, insects visiting after or before someone's passing. I've attached a photo of my grandmother and a similar moth to the one I saw. The cabinets behind her are the ones she was leaning on in my dream. I sent these to hopefully help personify this story a little more, and I suppose paint a better picture. Thank you so much for sending that to us. That's all for my story to you guys. If you read this on the podcast, thank you for doing so, and I hope you have an amazing week. We hope you have an amazing life.
Wow.
Just because everybody...
Starting with this week that you hear this as well.
We just hope you have a nice everything. Everybody deserves a nice everything. But yeah, thank you so much for sending that to us. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Indeed. We get a lot, and I think we've had a lot recently, so there must have been something we covered like a month or two ago regarding stuff like this or something. And I think we just sort of have them come in frequently of things that people see or experience during, like right before, during, or after a loved one passes. And there's, like she said, in the email, so many things. I should say they, because I'm not 100% sure, so I'll mark it. Like they said, there's so many things that we have covered already in the show, but there's so much more that we haven't regarding superstitions and things like that, especially when it's around people passing away in all the different cultures, because you really don't know, because you only really know what you experience yourself, and that's such a hard thing to go through. I think a lot of folks don't think to themselves at the time, I think I would be interested in doing research in another culture's experience when something like that is so traumatic for you. So we will do that. We'll do some more. We'll look into it. And,
yeah.
Thank you so much for sending that. I totally understand why this one gestated for as long as it did, because it's a very deeply personal and sad memory. But
it's really well written.
It's excellent. And my spooky mom, or my mom, as I like to call her. I'm the only one who gets to call her that. She did say that the emails were great and they barely required any editing. So
nice.
Fantastic job. But thank you for sending that. It's a really good one to start with, and good stuff. Sup. All right. Let's look over in a stream chat and see what you wonderful folks had to say.
Captain Fake Eye says she's darting off. Dinner with the Hubs. Have fun. Enjoy dinner. I hope you have good food.
Indeed. So the first person in either channel was I Am Beef Trainer, who said at 5:55 p.m., 35 minutes before we go on the air, almost home, long day. Cheers to you and your long day, drinking a Leinenkugel's Berry Weiss. I didn't get any Oktoberfest because honestly I just haven't been to the store recently. I
saw it the other day. I was going to grab it, but I was like, does he even like it?
I don't really like Oktoberfest beers that much, but as far as it goes, that's not a bad one. I just prefer the other flavors of Leinenkugel's, to be honest. Glitch got here at 6:24 and said, did I win? And I Am Beef Trainer said, no. Right. Lots of folks showing up saying hi. Elizabeth Tree has joined us. Enzo Matrix, Tiny Dancer Nation, Captain Fake Eye, like we mentioned, Vet Tech Cat, Dinosaur, 911 Girl. How are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Lots of folks stating that they're having some issues with Twitch. Twitch has been having issues all day, which is ironic because Twitch ran a really big tournament today for the Call of Duty scene called Twitch Rivals, and they all were just remarking about how piss poor Twitch's service is while they're doing the tournament. I just peeled off my label. It came off like there was almost no glue whatsoever on it. So fun stuff. They don't get the logo on our stream right now, so that's what you get. All right, Cursed Wolf has joined us as well.
I've had a longer day than usual today. I had my first lab for my wastewater systems class, and it was 10 minutes. It was at 8:30 in the morning, so I had to wake up early to drive to school, and then I get there, and it was just like safety training, and all she did was walk us through the lab we're going to be working in and told us you got to wash your hands before you leave.
It's a shame that your professor isn't Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man, because she could have walked you through it.
Oh my god.
It's a perfect joke. I'm so proud of that one.
But it was just such a waste of time. That being said, I did end up going to work early, so I was at work for a whole shift, surprisingly.
Right.
So that was cool. I'm just tired. This is my second cup of coffee in 30 minutes. I'm like...
Still powering up.
Yeah.
You did a good job. I should have read first. Just FYI, so anyone who's having issues on Twitch, there's a few things you can do. Obviously, try turning it off and back on again. Close out your browser, open it back up. If you're on your mobile, close out the app and open it back up. The second thing, check and see if your quality settings for the video that's coming in, because when Twitch has issues, it can sometimes buffer you down to a lower setting. So instead of 1080p, which is what we stream in, it can buffer you down to 720, 480, 360, and I think there's one below that as well if it is set to auto. If you have selected something like 1080p and Twitch is struggling with the stream, it will basically just go blank or freeze because it can't lower it because you've basically told it not to. If that's not working, I would suggest heading over to Facebook because we are simulcasting on Facebook, or YouTube because we simulcast there as per usual.
YouTube.com/Scaryish Podcast.
No, YouTube.com/Scaryish.
Oh, that one.
Captain Fake Eye says, my kill count's glorious. I believe
that was
Captain
about the
Fake
game
Eye...
in the beginning, right?
What?
About the game in the beginning?
Yes, I think they came in with a halberd and started murdering people. Glitch had double guns at the beginning, which wasn't fair. I'm What's in Here says, drinking a Leinenkugel's Oktoberfest. And yes, I had to double check the bottle for the spelling. That's funny. Let me... Oh, I already tore mine off. No, I got one on the label.
Taki.
Leinenkugel's. Good job.
Leinenkugels.
There's actually... What is... No, you did it right. I was going to say there's actually an I between the K and the U.
It's just the cursive.
It's just the cursive K, which makes it look like the K is dotted, which is dumb. Vivian was the first person over there on YouTube. Says, hi, what up, Vivian? Carrie is also here on YouTube as well. Scrolling some more. Glitch says, wow, that Goku is amazing. Let me guess, the crane machine that I never win. LOL.
It was from the crane game. That's hilarious that you can see that Goku back there. You can't see all my Demon Slayer figures. All those Demon Slayer figures that up here, right here. Those are also from the crane game as well.
Cool. Vivian says, I'm alive and officially a high schooler. Them shits is nasty.
There's even the Todoroki over here. That Todoroki is also from the Crane game. Wherever Todoroki is over here.
Vivian says it's her friend's birthday today as well. And Carrie says, happy birthday to your friend. I'm What's for Dinner says the Berry Weiss is better than the Leinenkugel's
Which is what Adam's
Oktoberfest.
drinking right now.
Indeed it is. Happy birthday to your friend, Viv.
I feel like with Oktoberfest, it's too savory, right? The flavors for the beers are a little bit
I'd have to have one in
savory.
front of me to tell you why I don't like it as much. I don't dislike it. And I'll drink it if it's offered to me.
Glitch says, OMG, Robin, that Pikachu shirt. OMG, I live. It is from an artist called Neko Oi. So Nekoo-Oi. No,
Oi! So I had to do it. She's gonna look it up.
But I am gonna look it up.
I'll keep reading the stuff you guys have sent.
She literally sat behind us while we were at what the fuck was that convention called? Oh my god, what was that convention called?
Which one?
The
one we were just at?
Yeah.
Kurikon?
No.
I don't know. I'm going to read the stuff that was sent to us while we try and scramble our brains for all this stuff. Okay. First of all, shout out to Pepperoni Playboy, who followed us on Twitch yesterday. Shout out to Haas00312, who followed us 18 minutes ago. Shout out to Emanon, who resubscribed for the 19th month. Thank you so much. Shout out to Enzo Matrix, IMB Trainer, and Captain Fake Eye, who have all redeemed a drink. And shout out to Lady M, who redeemed a high five.
Yes. That it is, so that's what it is. Hold on, let me show you. Yeah, that's her Instagram. It's
very blurry.
It is blurry. There you go. She makes all the first gen starter Pokemon. So there was Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, and Squirtle.
Pikachu's not a starter.
And what? It was a starter in yellow.
1.5 doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
Red
That's the first
and
one I
blue
played.
were the first two.
Why don't you suck my balls?
Present them.
But yeah, so if you guys want to grab one of these shirts, she makes them.
Please check it out. I'm watching this installing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Super excited to relive the legacy of Commander Shepard. Never played it.
There's a bunch of drinks redeemed, so
I already talked about those. There's 3.
I gotta pour my. So I didn't mix a drink because I didn't have the energy. So what I have is a shot glass.
And soju.
And and some soju. So.
And then what are you chasing it with over there?
And then I have some.
Booty sweat. I got back into Nang.
What?
It's from Tropic Thunder. I say it every time you open a can of that. I explain to you the joke and you never remember it. It's called Pocari Sweat. Anyways, Emanon says, so we were on vacation for 7 days, went out to Medford, Wisconsin, hung out with mom and dad, and went to Wausau, Wisconsin, went on a motorcycle fundraiser. Okay, I don't know where the periods are supposed to be here.
Is it Wausau?
Went on a motorcycle fundraiser ride for Patriots for Warriors, put over 200 miles on the cruiser. Then I went and played golf for the first time with an old friend and then just kind of hung out the rest of the time and drove home. But on the way home, the alternator went out in my truck. Oof. That sucks. Luckily, I have mechanic background and I'm a certified tech, so I was able to fix on the side of the road thanks to O'Reilly Auto Parts. But we arrived home safely last night just before midnight.
That's a lot.
It's a long trip. Captain Fake Guy says exactly the sentiments I think we can all agree with. Glad you got home safe. Indeed. Lizard Tree says that sounds stressful. Enzo Matrix says glad my peeps at O'Reilly helped you out. Emanon says I got the experience to where I recognized the alternator issue right away and was able to get off the road before the truck died. So not super stressful. Awesome time. Enzo Matrix says I work for them out in Utah. Right on. Good to know. Catherine over there on Facebook says, hello. ASB Bunny on Twitch says, morning, y'all. Elizabeth Tree says, I replaced an alternator in a Porsche 944 in high school. That was a terrible time.
Porsche.
Ugh. Thank you for correcting me. Here, you can go ahead and read.
Is it a 944 or a 911?
There's multiple models, so I'm guessing it's a 944.
Oh, I've never heard of that before. Today I learned.
She's just like, can I correct you again? Can someone verify if I can correct Adam again?
Why would I correct you again?
Because you're like, is it a 944 and not a 911?
That has nothing to do with you.
I'm going to keep scrolling. Did you want to read some of this, or are you just going to keep nitpicking at me, bro?
Why are you bitch?
Jesus. Bitch. Okay, I guess I'm reading all of this by myself. Captain Fake Guy says, I once changed a flat tire and couldn't even jack up the car. That is hilarious. Catherine says, Twitch was too glitchy. That is why we simulcast. ASB Bunny says, oh, I love the chorus of hellos from my friends. Glitch says, buried. I saw that one come across right when she said it, and it made me laugh inside. MI says, LOL, I must have the worst Twitch luck in the world. I resubscribed and it won't work. Thank you for resubscribing. If you resubscribed, it did work. It's just not going to pop up because Twitch is having issues. But again, this is why we simulcast. All right, Lady M, or excuse me, the Scriptory has redeemed a high five, so that's 2 high fives we're behind on. That was terrible.
I wish I was your face.
Cool. IMB Trainer says, the easiest alternator job I did was a 93 Plymouth Acclaim. Oh, Plymouths. How I miss those. The belt was so crazy easy compared to a serpentine belt in a Chevy Malibu or Ford Taurus. I used to have a Chevy Malibu with a serpentine belt that whined all the time. It was so annoying. All right, I still owe 4 drinks, so I'm going to let Robin read some stuff now.
I still got 3 shots to take, too. Talking about batteries, talking about alternators, talking about cars, and more cars. Talking about engines not running, talking about shit.
There was something where Captain Fake Eye said, whispers, what's an alternator?
Oh, what's a battery?
No. It's further up. I was going to finish this. There it is. What's an alternator?
Okay.
Glitch says it charges the battery. Captain Fake Eye whispered, what's a battery?
Oh, that's
which is
funny.
Hilarious.
Scrolling.
Blancabello says, hi. What up, Blancabello? Thank you for joining us. Catherine says, got my mug today. I love it, Robin.
Woo! Thank you so much. Everybody who's like ordered mugs and stickers and pins lately, you guys are so freaking nice. And we're so thankful because we couldn't do this without you. I'm just holding this shot. I'm scared to take it.
This one's for you. IMB Trainer says to Enzo Matrix, still amazes me how many guys insulted me to my face because, quote, I'm just a girl, and they, quote, wanted a guy who knew what he was doing. It's because guys are stupid assholes. Like, they used to do that. They used to come into GameStop, and our boss was a lady, and she knew more about video games than anyone else I've ever met, and they would ask us questions. They'd ask me questions about something, and I wouldn't know. I'd tell them, like, I never played it, or they want to know, like, what's the difference between these 2 cords. And I'd be like, oh, I'm not too sure. Like, one's HDMI. The other one's also HDMI, so it's probably just the difference in brand. And then she knew everything because she had been there for so long, and she would tell them exactly what they needed to know, and they would literally look at me like, is that true, bro? It's like, fuck you. And every time they did it, she just rolled her eyes like,
yeah,
this person's an asshole.
And now she's like even further up in the company because she's just such a badass.
Indeed, she is.
Lizzie B says, Facebook, Moscato is where it's at tonight. Alicia over on Facebook says, hey.
What up, Alicia? Thank you for joining
Catherine
us.
says, hell yeah, Lizzie B.
That's funny. Which says, I do want to see your Demon Slayer figure, so I'll be even more jealous that I can't win shit from that bunk ass game. LOL.
Says, do not want to see.
Yeah. I thought he says do want. Sorry. Maya said does count. LOL.
Aw, Glitch says it's not Robin Grace on Etsy, so I don't care who made that shirt. She's so freaking nice, though. It was super fun hanging out with her and talking to her.
Support people who are nice to Robin Grace.
And I don't know. She gave me this shirt.
Did she?
Yeah, she gave me this shirt. I didn't even. I was just like, I know I have to pay for it. And she's like, no, just take it. Just take it. And she kept backing away. I was like, no.
That's funny.
But I love this shirt. It's like one of my favorites. Maya says, still have my Game Boy Color and my yellow Pokemon game.
Nice. Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Advances. Oh my god, they were so much fun. IB Turner says, my favorite experience was having a guy ask for a bolt for the sway bar link, and I explained to him that it was a one-piece design, that there were no separate bolts to repair / reconnect it, that he needed to replace the whole piece. He hung up on me, called back again, and got me again, hung up on me, and when I repeated myself and called in again, he ended up calling a 4th time to ask for me and apologize for being an incorrect ass. At least he called back to say he was wrong.
The Snark says, last night in Mexico.
Enjoy your last night in Mexico.
Yeah, enjoy your last night. I'm glad you guys didn't get super rained out or anything.
You're so drunk you couldn't enjoy your last night in Mexico.
God, that was me. Fuck.
We enjoyed the morning, the early morning, the afternoon, and then right around the evening is when it was just like time for a nap. All right, Brian says, needing this wind down. We are so understaffed at work in my department that there is absolutely no way to keep up. Management can't even send help for the departments because they're all busy too. That sounds rough. Nuts.
Welcome to Scriptory. Thank you for joining the stream.
Scriptory redeemed a high five already. We already redeemed it.
Yep.
IMB Trainer says, or no, Lisbeth Tree says to IMB Trainer, at least he apologized. Lisbeth Tree says, sad, but I hope you had so much fun. Snark said, all the fun. Brian said, I used to enjoy going to work, but half the staff went back to school, and department manager got transferred to another store with only about 2 days of a heads up.
How many of these have I had?
It's rough. I don't know. I figured you could count to 4 on your own, dog.
I think this is my third one.
Shout out to Lady M, who resubscribed for the 15th month with the message, woo! And that was the smiley face emoticon. The scripter has redeemed a drink, which brings it up to 5. I warned her before the show, like, did you want to mix your booty sweat with some soju in my water cup, and we can just chug the water? And she said no. And I was like, well, you should be prepared to take 6 shots right away, because they do it to us every week.
Oh, fuck.
Carrie says, sorry you're having a crap time, Brian. Indeed, we really hope you get support soon, and that gets reversed, excuse me. All right, Brian said, we did get a couple new people in with another trainee coming Friday, so things won't be bad forever. That's good.
Nice.
Snark says, I have the Pokemon version of the GBA and Pokemon Blue somewhere. It might actually be in storage, or it might have been given away, but I used to have the original Game Boy, and I had red and blue sitting around somewhere. I also had a 4-way link cable, which you had. It wasn't technically a 4-way link cable. It was a link cable that you could get for the original Game Boy, which had 2 original Game Boy prongs, or when they changed it with the smaller one when the newer Game Boys came out. So you could do old Game Boy to new Game Boy. We used to walk around the hallways. I just thought I spilled my beer. That was terrifying. We used to walk around the hallways in high school, just like holding our Game Boys with the cord between it. And the bullies thought it would be funny to like run between us like, oh, you forgot. I'm 6'1", and I'll fuck you up. People stopped doing that shit real fast. That's all I'm saying. I'm a nerd, and I'm also a big dude.
The Snark says, oh, dude, we danced in the pool during the hurricane. Oh, my God.
That's hilarious.
I had Pokemon Yellow and a purple Pokemon Color. It was like the set that you could get from Costco.
Purple Pokemon Color?
No, a purple Game Boy Color.
The one that was like translucent?
And no, it wasn't translucent. It was just purple. It was just straight up purple. And I had Pokemon Yellow. So that was my first Pokemon game that I played. So Pikachu's like my number one.
Squirtle for life.
Squirtsmuckers.
All right. We're almost caught up here. Lizzie B says Dollar General was closed today due to no staff.
Whoa, that
we have
happens?
A KFC near us that only has staff for the dinner shift. People are not going back to those jobs, or they're finding different jobs. This is something that's pretty funny, because in 2011, when I got out of college, things were pretty rough. We were like starting to come out of it, because I was actually working at that bank I talked about in the most recent episode in 2007, 2008. So I watched the financial crash happen, finished up college after that. When I got out of college, it was like, oh, there's no jobs. Unemployment's super high. When unemployment is super low, it is what is called an employee's market, where you can leave and find a different job. And believe it or not, you can go find a job that doesn't pay you minimum wage. And when minimum wage is shite, you kind of just look for a better job. And when there's lots of jobs to be had, like there's tons of vacancies where I'm working now. There's tons of vacancies where I used to work. You just move on. And that sucks, because those jobs that everyone kind of looks down on and people turn their nose up at, they're essential. Those are all the people that were essential workers. And it's like, and they make shit. And they get treated like crap by people who treat retail workers and food service workers like crap too. So it's just, it's really sad that that's happening. But at the same time, I hope those people are moving on and finding better jobs. Brian says, remember when Adam and Robin used to split the chat about 50-50 instead of 90-10? Adam and Pepper Charm remembers.
I'm tired.
It's true. All right.
I'm too tired today.
IMB Trainer says, totally binging Star Trek The Next Generation on Hulu. I'm that nerd.
That's because Chunkster is binge watching Shaman King on Netflix.
Nice. Chunkster also says, nice. I watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine with my boyfriend. It was fun.
One of my professors for our senior project, because I graduate this semester, but our senior project professor is a huge nerd. And so our first class, he was just talking about Star Trek and Harry Potter. And I swear I'm the only one who's like vibing on that level, right? Because he was like, Neville Longbottom's my favorite. And I'm just typing in chat like, the true chosen one. You know what I mean? And he's just like, yeah.
So that's going to be your new host for Scaryish soon, ladies and gentlemen.
He's like 70.
There you go. Won't be around long. Season, like, I know we're not doing seasons, but I imagine every year is just a season in my brain. So this is season 4. Season 5, he'll be the new co-host. Season 6, I come back and we try and contact him with a Ouija board.
It was funny because today he was just like, I graduated college in 70 something. I was like, oh shit. All right.
Emanon says, okay, I have to go to bed now to be in DC tomorrow morning. I love you all. Just want to
Have a
let you know that we
good
made it home safe.
night.
Thank you
Glad
for letting
you made
us
it home
know.
safe. Glad it wasn't too horrible of a car problem.
Everyone is saying good night, and Brian says Neville is king.
Yeah, 100. Also, I wish I had long bottomed in life.
I kind of long bottomed for a little while, and then I long fronted.
Then you Weasley'd.
I Weasley'd a little bit, yeah.
The Snark says, I always choose Squirrel too. Nice. Glitch says, Char Squad. Chunkster says, first gen's fun, but my fave starter is from Gen 2, Totodile.
There's nothing wrong with not having Gen 1 be your favorite starter.
Cyndaquil is my favorite from Gen 2. Cyndaquil is chef's kiss. It's just like a cute creature that just happens to have fire as a spine.
Interesting.
I don't know. It's adorable. It's like I just want to pet it. I want to own one. I want to cosplay Arya.
Maya over there in YouTube says, I have the translucent purple Game Boy. That's the one I was thinking of.
Nice.
It does exist. Nice. All right. I'm going to go ahead.
I have 2 more shots. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I have 5 more. Or no. I have 3 more drinks. Cheers, everyone. I just hit my microphone with my glass. Hope you enjoyed that.
Okay. Let's scroll down. The Snark says, your job is hiring, you say, Adam.
Indeed. Check out Jam City.
Glitch says, I'm staying out of this conversation. The Pokemon conversation? Or what conversation was it? I don't even know.
Assholes, dude.
What a fucking dickhead. Not you, Glitch. The car that just drove by. Elizabeth Tree says, my Pokemon journey started with Pokemon Snap. Yo!
Nice.
I used to play Pokemon Rumble. Not Pokemon Rumble. What was it? It was like pinball, but it was on the Game Boy Color, and it had a Rumble pack on it. So it was like pinball, and whenever it hit the arms, your Game Boy would rumble because of the Rumble pack. Yeah, but you had to keep putting fucking double A's into it. Cause
I thought you were going to say quarters. I was going to damn, man, Nintendo with that EA DLC shit.
You had to keep putting double A's.
I was explaining to my boss today what Atlassian's programs are like. If you've never used Atlassian, essentially, they have something called Jira, which is a ticketing system and a project management system. They have something called Confluence, which is a knowledge management system, and they can integrate. When you buy it, you basically buy a basic package, or you can buy the ultimate package where you get all the features. And I was just trying to tell him, like, we have the basic package. He was like, what does that mean? I was like, imagine it's EA, and we just bought a video game for $60, and when we get home, we realize we don't have all the features or DLC. That's what we have. He's like, oh, I got it now. I was like, God, I love working at a video game company with nerds. It was choice.
Brian over on YouTube says, ever notice how after Neville's dad's wand broke and he had to get a new one, he suddenly got better at magic? The wand chooses the wizard, and that's why you don't inherit wands.
Precisely.
I never noticed that. Glitch says, long bottom. What the fuck? I'm not a dickhead. The Snark says, no shame if you're a furry. A furry once told me that he thought Typhlosion was hot, and it ruined the whole evolutionary line for me. Anyone want to play Pokemon MOBA with me at some point? Wait, which one? What is that?
It's United.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Glitch was asking to have someone play with him because I tried to recommend Sacred Infinity, who's my former co-host for Nerd Chills. Because he plays it a lot, actually, so he's a big MOBA dude. All right,
fuck, it's a pimple.
We are caught up. I'm going to go ahead and read my next one.
All right.
Margaret.
Also,
holy fuck.
Sorry.
No. You said also. Everyone's waiting now.
I'm just
we have
thinking,
37 people waiting to hear what you wanted to say.
I'm just thinking of furries. I like furries.
So you're going to say also I like furries? That's what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't you?
Sure. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move into the next email of the show, and this one is from Emmanuel. It was actually sent to us on Patreon, and this is a really good example of something I was mentioning. They sent this message over to us, and we weren't sure if it was a conversation or something to be read on the show. We asked, and they said, you can read it on the show, and after skimming the beginning and near the end, it sounded like something that we needed to talk about with them because they were going through something at the time. I have actually already read this, and then we had kind of a private conversation after I read and responded to this. But I'm going to go ahead and read it because they said they originally sent it to be read on the show, so that is what we're going to do.
All right, I'm going to take my last drink. Hold on.
Okay, Robin's interrupting so we can take last drink.
Sorry, I got to prep myself.
We're never going to get through this show. We're 35 minutes in, we've done one email.
Holy fuck. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, cool. That's done. Fuck.
Cool. Margaret. I don't even remember what... You can just leave that instead of trying to put it on the top repeatedly to have it fall off.
get there.
Okay. I don't even remember how I left it, so I'm just going to go ahead with... And it goes like this. This is going to be a very long message. Therefore, I apologize in advance for it. Even though it is not a creepy story, I would not mind if you read it on the podcast. I just want to say thank you guys. So, to give you context, before I dive into this full thing, not everything has to be a creepy. Like we talked about that, like creepy coincidental. Sometimes people want to write us about the scary stuff that happens in their life as well, and that's kind of what this is. For the past 2 months, I have had a very stressful situation going on in my life, and I cannot tell you how therapeutic and relaxing it was for me to listen to an episode, or even 3, and just stop worrying about the fucking world. Even though you guys were unaware of my existence, which isn't true. We know the names of so many of you folks, it's crazy. I just felt I was among friends when you were sharing with us the topics you diligently do research for, or reading other people's stories. Your great mood and amazing personality helped, like you have no idea, for me to stay sane and not losing what is left of my hair, in parentheses, fuck genetics.
We were talking about that at work today, too.
Genetics are rough for some folks.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so this is what happened. 2 months ago, I was offered a job in Mexico, where I am from. It was a position in the government, and without hesitating, I just took it. This decision, I think for reference, they live in Taiwan, yes. This decision brought a lot of excitement, but also many troubles. I almost broke up with my partner due to this huge change. He is a local, and his income fully depends on his local business. I had to sell my stuff and start to say goodbye to Taiwan, which has been my home for the past decade.
Holy wow.
And I also had to start to readjust mentally to the big mess that a Latin country is in comparison with an Asian one. The whole process was long and tiring. Interviews, fights at home, paperwork, fights at home, document notarization, and more fights at home. But you get the picture. My life revolved between work, stress at home, and paperwork.
That's super unhealthy.
Long story short, around 2 a.m. on the day I was going to take my flight, about 6 hours later, the shitty people that hired me called me to tell me that my degree was not one of those accepted for the position I was applying for, and that even though my paperwork was in their disgusting hooves for over a month and a half, they were just checking it now.
That's fucked up.
And that there was nothing they could do. I emailed them. I asked them if I should go. I asked them if I would get a refund on my expenses, and in a very Mexican way, they just ignored my phone, calls, emails, and WhatsApp messages.
Wow.
I can't imagine being left out to dry like that.
Ugh.
And that was how that sleepless night, me, my 3 sad suitcases filled with 10 years of my life, my hurt partner, my excited family in Mexico, and my broke ass, moving countries is expensive, y'all, had to sit down and start processing the fact that for 2 months I was doing nothing but running like a kid behind a cloud. If the process of me getting on the set of my mind... If the process of me getting on the set of my mind to go back to Mexico was hard, the mental process of me staying in Taiwan was twice as much. I already said goodbye to many things and people. I had some plans and illusions of spending my mom's birthday with her, or Christmas with my family, which I haven't done for a very long time. I also already had paid for an apartment and even bought a few gifts for those assholes.
Wow.
I felt humiliated by my own people and, of course, very angry, hopeless, and thinking of possible solutions that just made no sense.
That's like...
It's a silent burp, but it was gross looking. I guarantee it because it felt gross coming out. Continue.
That's just like a really horrible thing to go through, right? You've already
I can't even imagine.
Got rid of everything you own. Everything you own is now packed into 3 suitcases, you know? And you're ready to... That day, they were going to fly out, right?
Yeah,
so
they're 6 hours away from flying out is what it sounded like. And on top of that, you've already told your partner,
crazy.
like, hey, I'm leaving. Like, we can stay together.
So how
We
do
can try
you
and do
make
the
that
long
and
distance thing. And
like,
then you're
how
going
do
to...
you fix that?
Yeah, you're going to, like, you and your suitcase are going to try and go back now? Like, no. It's a mess. After I calmed down, I realized that during all of those stressful months, I devoured many of your episodes. I am talking non-stop podcast listening. Me driving, Scaryish was playing. Me walking, Scaryish was playing. Me at work, Scaryish was playing. Me after a fight, Scaryish was playing right after the fight. LOL. I'm not that rude to my partner. And
I've had a partner whip out a Game Boy in the middle, like a DS in the middle of an argument.
There's a lot of Game Boy talk this episode. Well, it was like off the stream. You get it. And every one of the moments of those 2 months has a note of you guys talking about your dogs, your life, COVID, the lovely Spooky Mom, and the stories of this great community I'm so proud to be a part of. Anyways, I think I just want to say, guys, you fucking rock. You are so freaking amazing and help some of us, your listeners, in so many ways without even knowing it. We don't know it.
We
sincerely don't know it.
Seriously, we just do this every week. We do our streams, we do our episodes, and we try to do topics that we find interesting. So really, it's us forcing our interests on your ears, and it just...
And if you share our interests, well, guess what? That means we're friends, and thank you so much. The email's not over.
Spooky friends.
It says, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your podcast, and thank you for being there for me, even though you actually did not know. You guys saved me from becoming a very negative version of myself, and that is freaking priceless. After all the ridiculous amount of feelings, I just have to say thank you again and promise you to send real spooky stories not related to the Mexican government fucking me over for sure. Fuck you, Mexican public servers. When the world is safe enough for us to travel again, come to Taiwan. There are many mountains, abandoned hospitals, and burnt KTV buildings with many stories I am sure you will enjoy. Thank you, Spooky Mom, for making me sound like I actually can speak English, by the way. Lots of love from your now more Taiwanese than Mexican friend, Ems.
Thank you so much for sending that in to us, because it really means a lot to us. And I think a lot of people can actually relate to what you're going through. Not exactly like, the whole countries you're moving to, but I'm sure they've had a situation where they were going to move to a different state or something like that, and then the job comes up and it's just like BT dubs, the job's not there for you.
Right. And
they've already gotten rid of everything in their lives, and it's a scary thing too, moving for a job.
Changing your job, changing your scenery, like not just changing your job, but moving countries, finding a new spot, transferring your stuff or selling it. It's a very tumultuous time in someone's life to do any of those things individually. To have them all stacked on top of each other and then to have the rug pulled out from under you like that is awful. And we're sincerely sorry that happened to you. And we're very happy that we're in any way, shape, or form able to provide you some sort of comfort or levity during that time. And that shout out really goes out to all the spooky friends that provide their stories and make this community great as well.
Because we wouldn't be here without you.
We wouldn't. We wouldn't be doing the topic episodes if people weren't listening. We wouldn't be doing Storytime episodes if people weren't writing. So it's and we wouldn't be doing Pasta Times if people weren't writing those either. So it really is a testament to everyone that's built the community up around us, because that is what's really helping the community that exists. So thank you so much for sending that in. And thank you everyone for supporting us, because you all are amazing. All right, so let's look over to stream chat and see what you folks had to say. Sorry.
Because that would have been like the perfect.
Oh, look, Emmanuel Felix Lisprawlin over there on Facebook says, "Oh my God, that is my story." We're so glad you're here to listen to it being read. That's awesome. All right, the last thing I remember reading was the Neville Wand thing. So
Glitch says, good. I like furry.
That's funny.
Aw, the Snark says, I will support you like a good bra.
That's hilarious. All right, scrolling. So looks like
Glitch says unite blows.
Looks like Glitch and the Snark are going to link up
thank you
play.
So much to Bloof Roomba for following us.
That's a really good name. Bloof Roomba.
You already read the Lady Emery subscribing one?
Correct.
Nice.
All right. Nice. Larry Bauer says, "Hi everyone."
Hello.
What up, Larry? Thank you for joining us.
Wait, is it the Snarked under Larry's account?
Could be.
That's how it was last week. That's why
Snarked is in Twitch, so I'm guessing this is actually Larry. All right. Carrie says, "Could not agree more with the current story writer. You guys get me through so much."
The script 3 says I get real mad real quick with that game.
Oh, Blue Roomba showed up so they could post dick pictures. That's hilarious. I'm sure Glitch has already banhammered that. So, gonna keep scrolling. IMB Trent says, "I'm sending ghost hugs to this person who wrote this about their experience."
Aww.
Chunkster says, "Sending ghost hugs. You can't see it, but it's there." Brian says, "I was like, wow, these guys sound like such huge nerds. I guess I'll listen for a bit." That is hilarious. Glitch said, "Damn, faster than me. Not sure who had the banhammer, but good job."
I just think it's fucking funny.
God, that...
I mean, even though it's absolutely inappropriate...
It's rude, but that Among Us guy has a huge dick. That's all I'm saying. When you block someone and you banhammer them,
my God.
The messages get deleted off of Twitch. So people on Twitch can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
On our app, we can still see it, and this dick is huge. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just impressed. How do you make that?
I even said you had a great name, Blue Roomba. You can't even say hi before you start showing us your dick. What the fuck? IMB Trent says hashtag block the bot. Glitch says hashtag banhammer. I got you. It's great. Snark says show of hands who has been cheered up or made to smile by Adam and Robin.
Aww.
Robin's cheered me up.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see Robin's hand, but I think it's up.
Oh.
She's also super creepy. Missy B says dumb kids. This is true.
Larry says, nope, it's really B. Hello, Larry.
Hello. Snark says, does anyone remember those game FAQ guides? Absolutely.
I've definitely used them.
The only way I could get 100 gold Skeletolas in Ocarina of Time.
I've used it to play Silent Hill for the apartment one. I had to use it to play the apartment.
Back when I was a younger guy, I used to think that using game FAQs is cheating.
No.
I had to at least beat the game once before I was allowed to go and do it. That was my internal...
Sometimes you just need help.
It's true.
Everyone needs help, right?
Get by with a little help from your friends. Tessa over there on YouTube says, hello,
Sorry,
good evening, everyone. Eve says, love you guys. Thank you so much.
You.
All right, give me the thing.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, you can keep that. There's 2 mices. So, before we get into Robin's second email and the third of the show, we're going to do the quick 60-second ad over there on Twitch.
It's a lot of booze, dog.
Holy you were just pounding it down. You're drunk. So, if you're on Twitch and you're not a subscriber, you'll get a 60-second ad. If you are a subscriber, don't worry about it. Hang out with us for another 60 seconds. YouTube and Facebook.
Dang, you can see all my Pokemon pins.
Will not get. Yeah.
Can you see right there? Those are all my Pokemon pins. Well, there's another board on the other side that you guys can't see, but yeah.
There's 2 other boards on the other side. She has a lot of pins.
Fucking love Pokemon.
She fucking loves pins.
Look at the giant Magikarp. You can totally see the Magikarp though, at least.
Oh yeah, that Magikarp is fucking huge.
Yeah.
And you can see my Goku.
Yep.
That you won for me. Hang on.
Yeah, I did win it. Oh, yeah.
I touched his Dragon Balls. Nice.
Aw, Catherine over on Facebook says, I love Robin and Adam. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
The Snark says, girl, we went to dinner tonight and a full table of fuckboys got seated right behind us. They immediately ordered shots of Fireball. This was supposed to be a child-free restaurant.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god.
I gotta say, I kept putting Fireball into a bunch of my drinks during the drinking competition, and I'm pretty sure that's why I didn't win. 2 of the 3 I didn't win.
Oh my goodness. Chunkster says, this podcast makes me feel less lonely at work and at the gym. You guys won't believe how many times I laugh out loud.
That's good to know.
It's really nice because I know there are
bad jokes. Sometimes it's not funny.
Bad jokes.
I edit out a lot of bad jokes. If you ever have an instance where what Robin says doesn't really seem to match up with what I'm saying, it's because I cut out one of my jokes because it was just a fucking stinker.
Let's see. I follow a lot of YouTubers and they make me laugh at work too. Sometimes I'm like laughing by myself and I'm always just like, is Paul over there just like, what the fuck is she laughing at?
The hardest I've ever laughed when it comes to any sort of content, number 1 by far, is the Flophouse. It's a bad movie podcast. It's one of the first. It's been around for a long time. And they are so fucking funny, man. Like, I was driving back to work from lunch one day, and it was a horrible day at a horrible job. And on the drive home, I was laughing so hard. I thought I was going to crash my car, and I was literally in tears in my car. And then probably second most is Adventure Zone. Just that first arc, the first 69 episodes of Adventure Zone. They're so funny. And some of those moments, the first time you hear them, they just make you laugh out loud. There's nothing
we were watching The League last night together, and you were laughing your ass
funny
off.
Show. You just forget about some of the stupid jokes they have.
Let's see. Enzo Matrix says, Toys R Us Kid for Life. Toys R Us is now available on Macy's.com. I found that out today.
I don't want to grow up.
Yeah, so if you're looking for Toys R Us shit, it's on Macy's.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. Toys R Us has millions of toys for me to play with. From trucks to trains. You don't know the song? The video games. The biggest toy store there is.
You're gonna get us like,
I don't want to grow up because if I did. I'm pointing at her, hoping she knows.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Okay, I don't know this song.
Because if you grew up, you wouldn't be a kid. Yeah, we'll probably actually
I was like, that. What the fuck, dude?
All right.
Vivian
says, I'm a giggly little bitch. I will laugh at dumb words, fart jokes, Snyder marks, my own trauma, all of it. I will laugh. It's hilarious. Catherine says, I remember that song. I'm glad someone did.
When I talk about like my childhood and stuff at work, sometimes my coworker's like, you're making me sad. I'm like, yeah, shit happens.
Good. share my sadness.
I'm just like, whatever. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? But other people
built
are
me
just
into
like
the person I am today.
But yeah, and you don't realize like other people are like, that's not normal.
All I'm saying is I probably could have become this without trauma, but the trauma helped shape me into what I am. So, and I kind of like who I am. So, gonna mark it. That makes
one of you.
What? Saying you don't like who I am? You're a fucking dickhead.
I was like, what? How long is it going to take for him to get this joke?
How can I be really mean to him at a very sensitive moment? Read your fucking email.
Holy shit. Oh, okay. Hold on, let me drink some coffee.
Yeah, you should just drink some coffee and then, fuck off. Forever.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Okay.
God damn, dude, just drink your coffee. It doesn't take this long. I can't believe how big that Among Us guy's dick was. Was that canon?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's one of the new kills. Oh God. Oh shit.
That's funny.
Oh God. It's fucking okay.
I have so many bad jokes now. I just don't want to say. All right, I'm marking it. Read the next email.
Oh shit.
Oh my fucking God, dog. Don't hit me. We're live on the air. Just read.
All right, so this next email goes. First, I would just like to say hi. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I don't know if you remember me. I actually do. But I sent in the sleepwalking story for episode 4, Isle of Man, for the Homegrown Horror.
Wow, we got some like old school folks
shit.
that are sending us some stuff this week.
That's like when we used to... That's when we used to actually read Homegrown Horrors on the topic episodes. That's, classic. I've been here from the beginning. I'm so sorry this is so long. I would love to hear it on the podcast and hear your reactions and feedback. You got it. I'll go back one last time and record it on my phone and send it to you guys. There's no documentation that I could find anywhere. I should check out our public library. But anyways, this is a story about the Stone House.
Interesting. I've seen some houses made of stone before. So I'm not an expert.
What the fuck? The Stone House is a house about 15 to 20 minutes outside my town in Nebraska. The only thing surrounding it for miles is corn and dirt roads that lead nowhere.
Now I feel like I'm at home.
We talked about Midwest today at work too. You? Yeah. I was like, apparently Midwest is if you're west of the Mississippi.
Not true. Illinois.
I know.
Ohio,
and that's
Indiana,
literally my boss
Michigan.
was like, those are the 3 states he talked about too. My boss is from Michigan. So he's like, Michigan, Illinois,
goes
Indiana.
last because no one likes Michigan.
Even though it's Mid-East, it's considered Midwest. It's weird. Anyway, that's not important here. I don't know the full story behind this house, but there are local stories about it. My last story was Scaryish. This story is flat out scary. To me.
Nice. Holy fuck. Are you sick?
No, I'm
Quarantine.
choking.
Don't cough on me.
I'm choking.
It's auditory hellscape. Not just for me, the future editor, but the listeners and the viewers
You're
right now.
You're a hellscape. I should state the house is obviously very old, run down, and nobody can live there. But for some reason, it is still standing to this day. Probably because it's a stone house. I don't know if that's actually just the name of the house or it's actually made of stone. But this house consists of an attic, a main floor, and the basement. The first quote-unquote legend about this house was that it was a safe house for slaves back in the day because it was in the country and hidden. Slaves on the run would stay there in the basement where some had died of natural causes.
Oh no.
I've been inside the house. For legal reasons, there was no trespassing. For legal reasons, there was no trespassing sign. So there's nothing to tell you, like, don't come in here, right? And again, for legal reasons, the barbed wire was cut. But I went there with a buddy and my GoPro.
I'm pretty sure it's still trespassing, dog.
Right?
Just FYI.
But it's like, well, the barbed wire's already cut, so... But you could have been the one that cut it. Who knows?
Vault's already open. I can just go on in and take a stack.
All right. So we went into the basement and there is a long hallway that has a metal door at the end. The metal door had a lock on it, but the door leads into a deep valley, which is why I believe it was actually a safe house for slaves. But the house is made of stone, hence the name. All right. Now we got that answer. There's graffiti all over on the inside. Before you walk in, above the door, it says, "Turn around before it's too late." Other words in the house are, "She already knows you're here."
Oh, that's creepy.
And "God's not here." This is just people graffitiing shit they want to graffiti.
Yeah, and trying to be creepy. By the way, of course God's not there. God doesn't live there. Duh.
You don't know that. He can live wherever he wants to live.
He has houses.
Don't control him.
All over the place.
You can't say.
Called churches.
What is the phrase that's always on the gate of hell?
Abandon all
yes.
hope, ye who enter. There's more.
Someone should graffiti that. That is way
Why
more
are you
terrifying.
giving people ideas of shit to graffiti, Robin?
Okay, don't actually graffiti. It's against the law.
You would go up there, you would read it, and you'd
be
be like, I wonder what that's from. You didn't even remember the phrase.
Shut up. Anyway, I believe it is haunted because
Hang on. You're going to have to reread because there's a fucking motorcycle gang passing right now.
Vroom, vroom, motherfuckers.
God, they made the road outside our house wider, and now more people can go by at once. And these motherfuckers are in a residential area in a 35 zone just cranking it like one.
Wrong
two,
cranking it.
Just
Okay,
fucking
that's what I was
cranking it
thinking.
while they drive by.
Your hair.
I know.
Yum, 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 yum.
Some fucking Conan O'Brien shit happening right there. All right.
I don't know what
please.
noise just came out of my mouth, but okay, we're going to keep going.
Tuck your head's jerk off.
Stop.
Okay, just keep going.
Anyways, I believe it is haunted because I had a GoPro on and my buddy and I were just walking around the house, just looking. The floor was very mushy and rotted down. It broke and we fell into the basement, which is how I found out there was a basement.
That's creepy, and also destruction of property. It's true, man.
We then walked around and found the metal door, and I don't know if it was from the fall or not, but when I got home, I had 3 scratches in a line like fingernails. I texted my buddy and sent him a picture of it to then find out he had the same scratches, but on the opposite side.
That's weird.
Someone was trying to hug both
If
of
he
you.
didn't fall and you did, like when you fell, I was like, probably yeah. But if he didn't fall through and he had scratches on the other side, that is weird.
They both fell.
Oh, they both fell?
It
Yeah,
says
there you go.
It broke and we fell into the basement. To then find out we had the same scratches, but on the opposite side, like something was standing behind us with a hand on both of us. The second one I'll make really short. They said a man went psycho and ended up killing his wife, his 2 daughters, and his son in the basement. Took their bodies and dropped them into the valley and then shot himself. That one is, of course, weird, but not as creepy. Anyways, to this day, I don't know where the footage is. I looked at it once on my PC and never saw it again. And since then, we have not gone inside. I have taken family members and friends there because I know the way to get there. But people always say, let's go inside. I have 2 rules set in place. I will not take anybody 1 hour before sunset, and I will never go inside again, period. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing really well, and by the time I'm done typing all this, I will be starting my new podcast, my YouTube channel, and my Spotify for my music. Hope you guys have a spooky rest of your year. I will continue to listen. Your biggest fan, Noah. Thank you so much for sending that in. That's super creepy. Don't like going to haunted places myself. Hopefully your podcast, YouTube channel, and all that fun stuff is going well.
Indeed. There's a lot of ventures to take on all at once, but hopefully you know what you're doing and you're managing your time well, because it can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I will say, we do not condone entering private property in any way,
that
shape,
is
or form.
illegal. We don't condone illegal activity, period.
Yeah, for legal purposes, we have to say, we can't tell you to do anything, and we don't encourage it either.
Yep.
Either you're going to break a law, or you're going to come home with a demon. And in that case, it almost sounded like that person did both. They definitely did one. So thank you for sending that in, though. It's super interesting. I know we all have stories from our past. I've done some shit that I need to check and see if, the statute of limitations is up on, so I can feel less, guilty about it.
I was telling my coworkers about how you stole lawn ornaments and blow up
Hang
lawn
on.
ornaments.
This can't be on the show. People
Okay.
out there listen to this. It was 20 years ago. And again, what's the fucking statute of limitations in Indiana? Who knows? I never did that. Plausible deniability? Rob was just making shit up. This is a comedy podcast. You can't get us for it. Anywho, I think we all have stuff that we did when we were younger where it was like we want to go Scooby-Dooing or adventuring and see what's up, but always keep in mind you don't want to break any laws. So,
Yeah.
cool.
Keep it legal.
Keep it legal. # don't eat ass.
You can do
Eating
that if
ass
you want
isn't
to.
le-
Yeah,
isn't
I mean,
illegal.
if you want to.
Just don't want to spread typhoid.
Just be careful with it.
All right. Let's go ahead and look over in the stream chat.
Sanitize that hole. Okay.
Did you say hashtag sanitize that hole?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What?
You're going to burn through all the hand sanitizer in the house, sanitizing 2 titties and a hole? Where are you going?
I gotta pee.
Well, say something. You're just fucking walking out. They can't hear you. It's just me. She's going to use the restroom. All right. Brian said, I would wait until I got frustrated before I would grab my Prima strategy guide. It didn't close during the water temple. I did not have problems with the water temple, and I did it even harder than most people. I had problems with the forest temple because I missed the key at the very beginning on the walls you can climb up. I climbed up it. I swear to God, I didn't see a chest. However, with the water temple, I didn't have the blue tunic, so everything was timed when I went into the water, and I was just like spamming A to try and swim as fast as I could. All right. Gonna keep moving forward. I watch speedruns of Ocarina of Time all the time. It's so much fun. All right. Christina over there in YouTube says, hi, everyone. Hello, Christina. Thank you for joining us. Shout out to Ametos, who just resubscribed for the 26th month. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Sorry, you got all the gross sounds. Larry says, there's a copyright strike if the company is bankrupt. If someone owns it and has a claim on YouTube, it'll still strike you, which sucks. Brian says, I believe Toys R Us are still around in Canada. They go bankrupt, but they don't like disassemble or like go away as a company. And I don't know how they do it. They've been around for a long time. They've been hanging on by a string for a while. Glitch says, how come some chat is a darker gray? Am I the only one? I do not know. And IMB says they're not seeing it like that either. Larry says, does a copyright strike count? Oh, you already said that. It was just a correction. Christina says, I know it was a cough, but bless you, Robin. Aw, that's so nice. I say bless you to her when she burps, because I'm just like, what else am I going to say except for like gross? Snark says, wow, how I didn't think to ask any of the employees here for their stories is beyond me. I'm a dummy. Ooh, that's a really good point. All right, gonna keep scrolling. Larry says, oh, I didn't know they're still around in Canada. They're totally kaput here, but maybe their IP still exists. Catherine says, my work department has been quarantined. We are reporting back tomorrow. Hopefully you're excited about going back. Elizabeth Tree says, it does get thicker through because it's lower alcohol content. I must have missed something. It's probably about keeping booze in the freezer. Brian says, well, I think I'm done with Dirty Joke of the Week. I had a good run, but I can't find any more chuckle-worthy jokes that I haven't done already. Brian, why don't you just take over the question of the week? That way it doesn't have to always be dirty, and questions of the week are fun because you can just make something up. Elizabeth Tree says, Dante passes through the gate of hell, which bears an inscription ending with the most famous phrase, I'm not going to read the Latin, most frequently translated into abandon all hope, ye who enter here. There's some other stuff if you watch the movie As Above, So Below, that's inscribed. I'm not sure if it's on the gate or like the entryway, but there's more that's said when you're like entering the gate of hell. Vivian says, as an Ohioan, you're goddamn right. No one likes Michigan. It's true, man. Michigan's the redheaded stepchild of the Midwest. Brian sings, don't give a damn for the whole state of Michigan. I didn't know that's a song. Sacred says, hi, hope you're all having a great day. What up, Sacred? Thank you for joining us. We had some people talking about Pokemon United earlier, which I know that you stream. So if you guys want to watch someone stream Pokemon Unite or United or whatever it's called, go over to Sacred Infinity, twitch.tv/Sacred Infinity, and check it out. Brian says, yes, I remember Adam talking about completely destroying a family's Christmas spirit by stealing their ornament. This is true. I did do that, but I left it out of the show. Scripture says, hi, Adam. Pee break. I'm Beatrice says, don't freaking talk to me about the freaking forest temple. That goddamn temple, man. I had more problems with it. Now that I know where the keys are, I can cruise through most of them pretty quickly, but I went to school, and everyone was talking about the water temple. And I was like, really? Like the water temple? And it's because that one fucking box at the bottom level, when you float it up, you have to go underneath it, and that was the key that everyone missed. And I was like, the first one I thought like, oh, I should probably check that out. And then the one that was obvious in the Forest Temple is the first one I missed. IMB Trent says, I almost rage quit over the Forest Temple and the back and forth bullshit.
The start. Hashtag sanitize that hole.
Chunks says, the toy store in my area turned into a furniture store. It's like adult toys. Lizzie B says, oh my god, the tarot cards I made
were horrible, but the next batch is going to be lit.
Right on.
Nice.
Catherine says, yes, I'm glad. Lizzie B says, so see-through.
See-through that you can't see what the card is.
Oh, gotcha. Vivian says, no, question of the week is my thing. You haven't been here very often, Vivian. Since Brian's going to give up Dirty Joke of the Week, whoever's here first gets to do Question of the Week. Speaking of which, Vivian's Question of the Week, if you could smell like one thing for the rest of your life, what would you want to smell like?
Daisy by Marc Jacobs.
Wow. I'd want a natural scent.
Oh.
Spanish fly. No, not really. I don't know. Let me think on that one. I'll get back to you. Maybe like, oh, I know exactly what it would be. Freshly baked cookies right before they come out of the oven.
Oh. Yeah, but I don't think like that would be sexy.
Because people would be near me and they just feel like they like respond with like a childhood memory, you know? It would take them back to a place where they feel comfortable.
The snark says like, I'd smell like pho.
I'm committed to a monogamous relationship. I don't need them to smell like something where they're like, oh my God, I'm so horny from the stuff going in my nose.
Chunkster says lavender.
Lavender's good. Snark says pho.
Liz Beatrice says fresh rain on warm pavement.
This is thing that I've been seeing a lot.
That's a nostalgic smell, but
nostalgic.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that a word?
Nostalgic? You don't know what nostalgic means?
I know what nostalgic means, but I'm pretty sure that's not the actual word.
What do you mean?
Nostalgic? Really?
Nostalgic is a word.
It sounds so weird right now because nostalgia is clearly the word that it's deriving from, but nostalgic sounds so odd to me.
It's a real word.
Okay, so I just want to say this. Fresh rain on warm pavement is something that's newer that I've been seeing because, like, fresh rain and freshly cut grass is something that I used to hear all the time in the Midwest. Vivian says, I learned the word from the smell after a rain. It's called petrichor. Interesting. I did not know that.
Meadows Amanda says, now I'm questioning its existence.
I know. It just sounds nostalgic is totally a word. Now it's starting to like refresh. It's like when you say a word too many times and it doesn't sound like a word anymore.
Lizzie V says, yes, it is a word. Christina Vasquez says, whenever my boyfriend burps, I just say nice.
Nice.
Catherine says, nostalgic. It is a fucking word.
I don't know why it sounded so weird when you said it.
I was like, what? Are you questioning this word right now?
It just sounded weird. That's all I'm saying.
But yes, I think the smell of rain on the pavement is a nostalgic smell, but it also smells gross.
I would want to smell like what the angel Michael smelled like in the movie Michael with John Travolta. He smelled like, to all the women, whatever smell made them feel most comfortable.
Aww.
And they all describe it at one point in the movie that he smells like butterscotch candies, and someone says like he smells like cookies, and then everyone says something. It's from their childhood that makes them feel comfortable because he was always trying to bang chicks. All right. Brian says, I would want to smell like the forest where my grandparents used to live. No way to describe it.
I think the smell of vegetation, like trees and stuff like that, woods, forests, I think that smells really good, actually. Depending on the trees. Marie Oodle. No, wait. Marie Oodley. Okay. Marie says, I want to smell like brownies.
Nice.
Glitch says, the old smell of comics.
Ooh, that's good. Oh, man. It just hit me.
And that's why I love to read books, because the smell of books is so nice. You know, the real pages.
Nice.
I don't know.
I've never bought a digital book. I only buy prints.
I have a Kindle, so
it's because I had dreams of being a writer, and it's really, really hard for me to buy digital when it's pretty much what killed the job that I was trying to get when I got out of college.
I have a Kindle, but all I read on it is smut. That and...
It's not really smut. They're romance novels.
They're romance novels. But I also read, like, true crime. Not true crime. I'm sorry. Mystery. Like, crime, spy, mystery. Fiction stuff.
Gotcha.
That's shit rocks. So if you looked at my library on my Kindle, you'd be like, what the fuck? Who is this person?
I thought you just told someone to shit rocks. And then I realized you said the word that quietly first. That shit rocks. All right. Cursed Wolf redeemed 2 high fives during your story. Damn. And you shook the shit out of the cameras. Fuck. All right. We're going to pause right there. I'm going to read the last story. This one is shorter.
Just like my patience.
Your patience is running short?
Fuck you.
You suck.
Did you already read Meadows'?
Yep, okay. Sure did. 8 minutes ago when you're off sanitizing your hole. All right.
I should sanitize my hole. I did not. I just did,
we don't need to know these things. It's just supposed to be a quick throwaway joke, and Robin has to go into a side tangent about sanitizing her hole. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into our last email of the show. And this one's subject is Frightened Dog, and it's from Victoria.
I bet this is going to be about, like, a pet that sensed something.
Oh, you think it's going to be about a pet, do you? Yes. It's called Frightened Dog. Okay. A pet that sensed something. Robin must be a medium. All right.
Okay, I've already, like, guessed some things that have happened were going to happen this year. So I am a psychic.
She picked the Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship. Great job.
Who would have guessed?
Lots of folks.
Fuck you.
All right. Starts out like this. Once, when I was very young, my mom, our Dawson Kilroy, and I were at home alone because my dad was away at a conference. I don't remember this, but I've heard the story numerous times and to the point where I feel like I remember it. My parents had a cable for Kilroy by the back door, and we would tell him it was time to go out before bedtime, and he would go to the door and wait. He was well-trained and didn't take much persuading to go outside.
Imagine this cute little dachshund going to the back door, just like this long little doggo with his butt wagging. Oh my God.
It's a pizza place where I grew up from named Kilroy's. It's really good.
It's a beautiful painting.
Yet, for some reason this evening, Kilroy did not want to go outside. Mom had to physically pick him up and put him outside. He started whimpering at the door and refused to go out further.
What if there was someone outside?
She opened the door a crack and told him he had to go out into the yard and do his business. He continued crying at the door, so she opened the door to let him in. When she did, she had an overwhelming feeling that, quote-unquote, something was out there, and it was pure evil. Kilroy bolted inside, and she shouted outside, quote, "Stay out of my home. You're not welcome."
You shall not pass.
And locked the door behind him. Kilroy spent the next few hours under the bed until she eventually coaxed him out.
Oh.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with Dachshunds. Yes. But they are never afraid of anything. So the fact that Kilroy was scared means you know it was terrifying. It never happened again, and she doesn't know what it was, but she knows for sure it was evil and not human or animal. It's a weird instinct to have overwhelm you suddenly, where you're just like, something out there is wrong. Like, it just feels wrong. And having to yell like that at the darkness is just a terrifying thing to experience. And I can't imagine it would be much less terrifying when you're not the one yelling it. You're a kid hearing your mom yell it outside at something.
Imagine being a neighbor and you're...
What the fuck is she on about?
Yeah, and your neighbor's just like screaming out their door like that, and you're like, what the fuck?
We should try it tonight and see what our neighbors think. They probably wouldn't even hear us.
No, they wouldn't hear us. I mean, our dogs are out there barking all the time.
No, their dogs are out there like every fucking night.
But I mean, whenever Yui goes out there, she's just this big barky mess.
It's, I don't know, not all the time.
But I think dachshunds are some of the cutest dogs out there, and they do have no fear for a little dog, little sausage dog.
A lot of little dogs are like that too. Like, they have to really see fear for them to actually cower. So it is curious, but either way, thank you so much for sending that in.
Yeah.
All right, let's read some of the chat, and then I'm going to go ahead and get Marbles on stream ready to go. MI over there in YouTube says, LOL, well, I can't get Twitch to work, but if you know my handle, you know I fought with the filter for profanity, and I finally figured out how to turn it off. Yay me.
Nice.
That's hilarious.
Chunkster says sandalwood. They would want to smell like sandalwood. Nice.
Lizzie B over there on Facebook says, when it rains, our smell is heightened, so we are really smelling dirt and shit. That's hilarious.
See, and that's the thing. It's like you're smelling the gross grease and crap that's on the road that the rain is bringing up to the surface, right? And that's really what you're smelling, which is something that whenever it rains, you smell it.
I'm only happy when it rains.
Right
I
now,
don't really like that song.
Right now, when the freaking heat is so nuts, I can only be happy if it rains.
Bill was telling me that we should move to the Pacific Northwest for a while to see if you like it there.
I would love it. I would love it.
Give it a shot.
I don't experience that thing people like.
Seasonal affect disorder.
I don't care if it's overcast for days and days and days. I'd be like, hell yeah, time to make some hot coffee, some hot chocolate. Or
is it because you hate every beautiful day?
I hate the heat. I can't stand
Why are
the
you
heat.
in a desert then, dog?
Because my sister went to school here, and I was like, I gotta go to college and get my degree, and so now I live here.
Okay. And when I talk about moving, she's like, no. Vivian says, I have to go soon, but I concede. If I'm not here, Brian can do the questions of the week. Take good care of them, Brian. The conversation is in your hands now.
She also says, bye, y'all. I'll try to be here more often. Thank you so much. Good luck in high school.
Indeed. We understand, too. If you're not here, we're not holding it against you. We just want to make sure that someone else out there can carry the torch that you lit.
Kayla Ray Reed says, any book recommendations? I'm reading this one called, let me pull it up.
While you're pulling it up, I'm going to pull up Marbles on Stream. I'm just going to scooch over our little chat box
All right.
to the non-Marbles on Stream window.
I'm reading. Where is it? I gotta scroll, because I'm on my phone. So it's like Edinburgh Twilight, and it's like a murder mystery detective type book based in Scotland. And it's pretty good so far. Someone got like shoved off of a cliff or something, so they're trying to figure out who did it.
Okay, so what's his face? Cursed Wolf says, "Hey, negative, not two high fives. Need to reread the first redeem I did. It's really hard to read things, and there's no punctuation. It was a drink, but we already did the 6th drink. We did that way far back. It was the high five that we didn't actually do, or at least I definitely did it. I think when it came across and Robin was reading. So yeah, you have to do another drink.
F me.
Lizzie B says, "Small dogs are like us short girls. We are firecrackers." That's funny.
Also, if you're into 50 Shades, there's a series that begins with the book called Black Obsidian that is very similar.
Ugh. All right, let's get Marbles a-rolling.
Get on there.
You are the worst at lids, man. All right.
Never worked there.
Enzo Matrix says, "Damn, not my story this week. Maybe next week. Probably." The Snark says, "She casts vicious mockery at the darkness." That's hilarious.
You know what I love about Kindle is if you've read a book, it puts like a little label on it that says read. So I'm not like, oh, have you read it yet?
Oh, I thought that label said read, like it's telling me that I should read it. And I'm like, I already fucking did Kindle. Jesus.
Fuck you.
It's an obvious joke, Robin. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
All right. This is taking a really long time to boot up since they tried to make it better. Doesn't look better to me. There we go. Login successful. All right, season 25 races conducted 6, 104 EXP bonus experience races 120. All right, start your voting right now. I'm going to switch it over to local stats so y'all can see which ones we haven't raced.
Larry Bauer says, how do you pronounce that dog, Adam?
Dachshund? Dachshund?
It's Dachshund.
Tomato.
No, it's tomato.
No. Tomato.
Let's call the whole thing off. Have you ever heard that song?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you mean the Tomato song that I was just quoting? Yes. Yes, I've heard it. Are you going to read more of that? Or?
You got to scroll down. You have both mice.
Goddamn right I do. Here, take that.
Hold on, I got to take a shot.
Oh, there you go. There you go, y'all. All right. Glitch says, I mean, whatever suppose all that shit and crap on the street is delicious. Smells like a street fair vomit and funnel cake. Donosaur says, my little miniature poodle thought he was a big shot until I took him for a walk with 15 other dogs. That's hilarious.
That's so cute.
Brian says, I have to have some sunshine. MI says, no, I hate missing marbles. Try and load it up, see if it'll work.
Aw, the scripty says... Sorry. Go ahead.
Just try and switch the quality down as low as it'll let you go.
The scripty says, gotta go, guys. On campus. Gotta focus. Have a good night, y'all. Have fun on campus.
Good luck.
Sorry you're still fucking there. Also, if you ever want to drive to school together on Wednesdays, that's cool too. All right. That's my sister. That's why I ask.
Hey, shout out to Malin, who just resubscribed for the 18th month. That's 18 times $5 that I've taken out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and put back in my own.
Oh, snap.
Gotta get my vote in. Sure, this one sounds awesome. Also, there's no votes for it, so it won't win.
Hashtag, exclamation point, vote.
Brian said, gonna try switching back to Twitch.
Nice.
Chunk says, talking about 50 Shades, there was a panel about fan fiction on the Comic-Con. I went last weekend, and it cut off right there. Maybe it got sent too early. Listener says, I agree with Adam's pronunciation.
The Snark says Wiener Dog.
Wiener Dog is the correct pronunciation.
Listener says Twitch seems to be working-ish. I say Dachshund. I don't know what the actual one is. MQI over on YouTube says, Adam, I just found the profanity filter. Don't expect that much from me.
That's funny.
Tian Lung, which is Larry, says, hi, everyone. May have issues here. Twitch doesn't like international IPs. Elizabeth Tree says, I had to close and reopen it again. Dang Twitch. Dang Twitch, get your shit together.
It's a pain in the ass.
All right.
Cool.
Ready, Freddie?
Right now, House of Pain is in the lead with 5 votes, so we're probably going to race this one.
My body is a house of pain.
We have raced this before. Our average time is 2 minutes and 6 seconds, and Liberum is the Scaryish record holder right now with 1:31. However, 1:55 is the average time for everyone, and the world record time is 1:07. Let's jump in there and see if someone can take either the Scaryish record time or the world record time.
Chunkster, tell us what you were meaning to say.
Exclamation point play to get your marble on stream.
Elizabeth Tree says, at least I can see marbles this time. Usually it's super fuzzy when it switches. Also, Chunkster posted about her friend Loca Lola, who had like 1 million huge gigantic art prints at this convention, and her booth looked amazing. Her art is amazing. She did like she painted a bunch of sharks on sneakers that looked really cool. I wish I were that talented. I'm not.
You are. You're both very talented human beings.
I'm working on a new Todoroki print though, so I'm really excited.
All right, type in exclamation point play to get your marble on the stream. You have about 60 seconds left. We have 18 marbles in there right now. All right, gonna scroll down a little bit.
Can you hear that dog barking right now?
I can hear the
I'm
dog
telling you,
barking
she's
right
a
now.
darkin.
Here's the thing, you don't always let her out, and I'm here all day, so most of the time she goes out, she doesn't bark. So I just like to give our dog some credit instead of just shitting on her for no reason on the stream. She's a good dog.
I'll shit on her.
She barks when there's something that she thinks is a threat to us. Just saying.
She's a cute dog. She's just half German Shepherd, so her barks make her sound like a really big dog.
This is true. And so Matrix says, we need to run all the unran courses. I agree, but because this is a democracy, people tend to vote for stuff that they've done. It's like when you go to a restaurant and everything looks good, but you keep ordering the same thing over and over anyways. That's exactly what's happening. I'm watching her says, my sister used to have a miniature wiener dog. That dog had issues. It would only walk one way down the sidewalk because the cars only went one way, and it was obsessed with the vacuum. He would attack whoever was running it and attempt to protect it.
Aww.
That's hilarious.
Chunkster says, yes, those were her originals. Talking about Loca Lola. And she does traditional art. I got her hooked up on Procreate. Nice. Elizabeth Tree says, we have 2 Danes, so when they bark, it scares the shit out of people.
Danes are big dogs.
Because they're like, woof, right? They're like big, like deep barks.
Danes tend to bark like Barry White saying the word woof.
Larry is definitely in there. And let's see, is the scriptery in there as well? Not the scriptery, I'm sorry. The snarked.
Yeah, the snark's back there.
Nice. So you both got in. Nice.
Ooh, and Larry, shot right through that blade. ASB Bunny's right behind. Record-setting pace is actually behind 3 people right now. ASB Bunny is in 3rd. Dinosaur looks like they're in 4th. We'll see who comes out of the funnel first. I think it's actually ASB Bunny has taken the lead now.
Vet Tech Cat says, we have 2 Danes too. Geeky Gorgeous says, we have 2 weenie dogs, and they are quite the characters.
MI says, I'm going to bounce. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us, MI. We appreciate you for being here.
We have a half Corgi, half German Shepherd.
Traversed.
And a Sheebs. And I would actually get another Shiba.
I would too.
I would get another Shiba or another Corgi.
ASB Bunny is now going the wrong way because the fan blades are evil. Let's back out and see what's going on. This is how Liberum wound up setting the Scaryish record. I think ASB Bunny, nope. I thought ASB Bunny was going to get through. Dinosaur, however, now has a chance to set the Scaryish record and take first place. I think Dinosaur is going to do it.
Yep.
Congratulations, Dinosaur, on your first place victory and your Scaryish track record for the House of Pain. You can tell everyone that you're the best at the House of Pain now. I think I'm going to come in second, which is awesome because I need some points because Robin's running away with this season, and we can all agree that that's horse shit.
Well, look at me. I'm right behind you, though. Look at that.
Robin comes in 4th. This game sucks.
Elizabeth Tree says, I always wanted a Dane as a kid, so as soon as I got a house, we had one the next month.
Nice.
They're huge, but so cute.
Maya over there on YouTube says, I have a Dane/Mastiff mix named Recco. Everyone in our neighborhood is scared of his bark. That's hilarious.
Your cousin had a Mastiff, right? Or no, it was a Great Dane.
No, it was a Mastiff. It was a Mastiff.
So big. I think I took a picture of his paw in my hand, and his paw was like as big as my hand.
He had a toy that he would play with, and it was a rock. It was a super heavy, giant
big rock.
And if you like touch the rock, he'd get super excited and run over to it and start smacking around with his paws. And he was so strong. It was so funny. Elizabeth Tree says, Great Dane Mastiff mix equals gladiator.
So big.
Justin says, I just want a small dog now. I'm okay with like corgi-sized dogs. I don't think I want to go like bigger than a 50, 60-pound dog.
Have you guys seen the teaser pictures for Cowboy Bebop, the live-action TV show? Because Ein looks so cute. Whatever corgi they chose, Perfect.
Nailed it.
Not French kiss. Chef's kiss.
That's a different pantomime for sure. Congratulations, Dinosaur. Don't forget to type !merch. Click that link.
Sticker.
Go to Robin's Quiet Corner. Choose a sticker. Message us and say, this is the one I would like, and this is where you can send it.
Justin over on YouTube says, I want a Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are cute too.
Dinosaur says, play! Damn. Yay. Thanks.
Tianlung says, my parents have a great Pyrenees/Mastiff, and he routinely wears John Deere human hats.
That's adorable.
Liz Tree says, I want a Pomeranian, but I feel like my dogs would eat it, so I'll wait. Pomeranians are cute. My cousin had a Pomeranian when he was younger. He was deathly allergic to it, but it was one of the cutest dogs. Like, it was fluffy, and so the paws are so tiny and petite, so cute. Justin said, just send me all the pitties and chihuahuas. So cute. I was dinner says, I want a Maine Coon, biggest, floofiest cat. I saw someone had a Maine Coon the size of a dog.
Wow.
It was huge.
That's a big cat. Don't forget to vote for the second race.
ASB Bunny says, I want a corgi. Apparently great narcolepsy support animals. I hear they're just amazing dogs in general.
They're really good support animals. For sure.
Nice herding dogs. Fuck, I want a corgi so bad. Anybody know a good breeder? Or is breeding one and will give us one?
Wow. Hashtag asking for handouts for dogs.
I know. Fuck. I want a corgi so bad.
So bad. Right now, Twist and Turns is in first place with 3 votes. Actually, it's now tied with something else that has 3 votes.
Or a black and tan Shiba.
And an Eye of the Storm has 2 votes. A black and tan to go with our Sesame Shiba.
Yep.
She's so freaking cute.
Yeah, well, it would match the theme of our animals because Yui is black and tan.
We should get a boy.
And the cat is black, and then the Shiba's tan. Well, she's red, but you know.
We should get a boy, black and tan Shiba, and name him Sunny, after Sunny Chiba, who just passed away.
Oh, that's Sunny so Shiba. Sad.
Who's so cool? Hattori Hanzo for life. All right, it's still a tie, y'all. So we're gonna let this keep going. However, Dinosaur was the winner, and in the middle, up here, you can see there's a track name. For some reason, yeah, there you go. You can see there's a track name right here. That is Dinosaur's vote, which is the tiebreaker. So if it ends in a tie, when I say it's done, that's the track we're going to race. Tianlung says, adopt, don't chop.
Our cat is an adopted cat. Our corgi is adopted.
I guess she's technically a rescue.
She is a rescue.
So we got her from a home where she was being beaten.
Yes. And she's not purebred either. She's just a mix.
If you beat a dog, you suck. Just FYI.
And our Shiba, though, is purebred, and we did buy her, and she was stupid expensive.
This is so funny.
And she is the biggest asshole of a dog.
Kayla Ray says, I had a corgi all my childhood. When I was 6 years old, he would herd me around the house, and I was always having marks on my ankles. That's adorable and hilarious. All right, Twists and Turns is in the lead. By the time it resets back to track 1 with this scrolling, we're going to go with whichever track is in the lead or with the tiebreaker. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's call the whole thing off.
The song is good. That movie is good. Elizabeth Tree says, I had a mini Sheltie and it would do the same. Cute.
Unless they have a Great Dane, and they meant to say Dane instead of Dane, which would be really weird that a mini Sheltie was doing a Great Dane.
Elizabeth Tree says, I can't have cats because I'm super allergic.
Aw, that stinks.
If I were allergic to animals, I would probably get all those allergy shots that allow you to have animals. But you'd have to go I think it's every month you have to get allergy shots.
We're back at track 1, so Twists and Turns will be our track. We haven't raced it this season. However, the people that have raced it average a 2-minute and 10-second time, with this person, Torius, holding the record time at 1:37.7. Let's get in there. Oh, it's one of these. I'm okay with that. I actually like these because there's laps on them, and it's kind of a different format.
Oh.
What the fuck? It's not one of these. It's a different one. Exclamation point play, y'all.
Glitch says, the first dog I ever had, his name was Charlie. He died of parvo 2 weeks after I had him. If you catch the all dogs go to heaven reference, it's the saddest thing ever. Because the main character's name is Charlie.
Oh, I thought it was Parvo.
No. Why would you name your dog Parvo?
I don't know. I thought that's what the reference was.
No.
I'm stupid. All right, I'm hitting start countdown. 70 seconds to join in right now.
Those...
Oh, yeah, I think I need to do that, too. No, I've already done it. Exclamation point play. I'm sorry you lost your dog. That's very sad.
It is very sad.
We have a friend who got a corgi, and their dog had parvo as well, and it was a lot of money.
She did a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah.
To save her dog.
Several $1,000s worth.
Elizabeth Tree says, those allergy shots aren't covered by my insurance, so it's over $1,000 a shot. Fuck. It's a lot of money.
Yep. It sure is. We have 18 marbles right now. We have 17 now. We had at least 18 last time, so someone's sitting out, and you need to not. You need to play. Just play.
Just play. As much.
Just play.
Just play.
All right. 17 marbles in the race.
That's why we don't have friends. Glitch says it's been 87 long years since, so it's okay. It's still sad. Like if we lost any of our dogs, I would be distraught. Or our cat, I would be absolutely distraught. Yeah, 18. Any more? Exclamation point play. Fucking type that shit.
I noticed that someone joined in, and I didn't get a message that they typed that in.
I see. I'm beef trainer.
On the thing that I'm looking at, I don't see a message. Is my point. All right. Justin says my friend's dog had parvo, and the breeder refunded most of the cost. And they also said, "Am I in?" I do see the snark. Yes, you are in. I really hate funnels to start. She said. Wow.
Or no, he said. I don't know.
He would say, "Am I in?" She would say, "Yes, you are in."
But I mean, I can say that too if you let me.
No. No. Entomatrix says, as a kid in Arizona, we had 5 dogs. 2 of them female. They both had pups at the same time. Both had 8 puppies.
Fuck, that's a lot of dogs.
That is a lot of dogs. All right, Chunkster is currently in the lead. And what a beautiful profile picture you have there, Chunkster. Thank you so much for racing and joining us. We'll see if you are able to hold this lead all the way till the end. It's called Wire to Wire. Robin's just laughing at stuff she's reading, but not reading it out loud.
Sorry. Enzo Matrix says, so we had 21 dogs for about 4 months.
That's a lot of dogs.
Justin says, ew. Yeah. Glitch says, what the fuck? Glitch also says, what the gargoyle? I mean, hey. I can do whatever I want.
I want you to says I forgot to add her in. She has passed it on the couch. That's funny. Time zones.
That looks like
a
uterus.
Yep. That's what I think every time I see it. Or balls and a wiener. Hang on.
No. It's a uterus. Look at those balls those are the things. Oh yeah, you're right.
All right. There's a lot of funnels in this one, but I think Chunkster might actually go wire to wire and start with the lead and end with it. The only thing that's stopping you right now, potentially, is this fan blade. Lisbeth Tree was on the other side. We'll see what happens. Splits shit. The diff, gets right through. As long as you can recover bouncing on the sides. You may have this one in the bag.
Enzo Matrix says, our best behaved dog was a Rottweiler Doberman mix. My ex had a Doberman, and it was one of the cutest fucking dogs. It thought it was just the little lap dog, right? But it was a huge horse running around the house. And if you pet him, he would just lean into you.
Congratulations, Chunkster, on your victory. Exclamation point merch. Click the link. Follow it.
Glitch says, I should be better at running the hole. I'll leave. I'm sorry.
Wow. Click the link. Follow it. Then head over to Robin's Quiet Corner. Pick a sticker and let us know which one and where to send it.
Justin says, that's totally lady bits. The funnel is the badge. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Is there anyone else back there? No, right? I'm telling you, that's fucking uterus.
In one orientation for sure. Like this, it does look like
a penis.
An uncircumcised penis and balls. Who's taking so long that I was able to do that and make that fucking stupid joke?
ASB buddy. Funny.
All right, finish this out. Congrats. All right.
Enzo Matrix says he would lay outside in the snow against our sliding door, and we would open the door, and he would look at us like we were dumb humans.
That's hilarious. All right, some point totals. Chunkster with that victory goes up to 10 points on the season. Lisbeth Tree is at 20. Robin's at 34, which is horseshit. Actually, Faison's at 7. Cursed Wolf is at 8. IMB Trainer 7. Kayla reads 2.
ASC Bunny says, don't blame me, you bastards.
Larry gets up to 1. Enzo Matrix goes up to 11 and is tied with Glitch. Tiny Dancer Nation only has 4. Donosaur has 14. A Meadows has 5. I only have 11. I'm Western has 2. Lizzie has 5. The Snark has 1.
I have 34
Bunny
fucking points.
Has 5. She doesn't even pay any attention and she has that many points. It just shows you that this
holy shit
whole thing is horse shit and we should just stop playing it all together. I hate it. I hate everything. But alas, it's pretty fun. And it gives you all a chance to win some merch. So I think we're at what's called the end of the show. And we're going to do that thing called the outro. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it and do that. So I want to thank everyone who sent in their stories for this Storytime episode. We sincerely appreciate it. Some of these stories are like deeply personal, and we really appreciate you choosing to share it. It's also really cool to hear from folks who have been around since the beginning, because that's a long time ago. Like, we're rapidly approaching the 4-year anniversary episode. I don't even know what the fuck we're going to talk about for the 4-year anniversary episode. Maybe that our podcast lasted longer than some friends' marriages that I have. So some friends that I have's marriages. That sounds better. It's a better way to say that.
Are
really
you sure
mean
you're
thing.
a writer?
Writing's about editing. Suck my balls. Anyways, I'm going to mark that. Fuck, what? If you have a story that you would like to share with us, you can email storytime@scaryish.com. Hang on. Squeeze my hand as hard as you can. This is hilarious.
I'm weak.
Baby squeeze harder than this.
I have no grip.
It's definitely not a kung fu grip, for sure. Look, it's not even red. Look.
My
Can you
hand's
tell?
red.
Can you tell which part of my hand she had been gripping? Of course you can't.
My hand's red, though.
Okay, I'm going to keep going now. You can email storytime@scaryish.com or go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us. You can also hit us up on any of our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. Twitter is @Scaryish and Instagram is @Scaryish Podcast. Robin, for folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so?
You can go to You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1. At $1, you get ad-free.
Ad-free is the way to be.
And there's also other tiers, like physical merch tiers type thing. And if you're not into the monthly donation type thing, go on over to Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are one-time donations, if that's easier for you. All your donations go to helping us upgrade our studio setup, kind of keep us going, kind of keep us getting this shit done.
Indeed.
Making more content, doing stuff.
Thank you so much for everyone who donates and supports us, listens, watches, shares with friends or family, whatever you do. We sincerely appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you. And I think that's everything we have for Storytime number 171. Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.